2024 number 3 in Canada. She's been to meet and greets with the owner. She has just ended up basically doing a large presentation on the fly last weekend due to weather constraints and members of the company not being able to fly in, to an incredibly good response. So I have the pleasure of introducing Ricia tonight. And Ricia, if you're ready, I'll let you take it off and we'll get rolling.
Thank you, Dave. What a beautiful introduction. And look at, we've got a great house tonight. So first we need to identify a couple of things. Let us identify that Risha just spilled a whole bunch of water into her computer just moments before you came into the room. So let us identify that this call may or may not go off well
Oh,
because
yeah,
it's jumping all over and flashing like crazy and doing some wild stuff. So if everyone would just say a short little prayer for my little computer here that we're able to get through this, and we're going to have an amazing call going forward. I see some lines open, Dave, with some background noise. If you don't mind muting those lines for me, please. And we're going to do our jolly best to get through this without my computer blowing up on us. Okay, we got some great guest speakers. I'm really excited about sharing tonight's information with you. Let's share the screen. And if you see it start to smoke, someone's going to have to let me know in the chat line that it's going to work or not going to work. So let's just try and get this happening here. All right. Of all things to happen, you go get a glass of water that you can have by your side so that you don't get all scratchy as you're speaking, right? And then you spill said water right on top of your laptop. It's been a test. That's what it's been. It's been a test. Okay, so I just got to jump up to the top. Sorry to make you all dizzy here. And now I'm going to tell you something really funny. I'm at my in-laws' house in Sydney, beautiful British Columbia. And we're having a little dinner party downstairs that got started very late. So I kind of had to skip through dinner and come upstairs. And I found a little corner where I could set up my TV, and the only chair I could find to sit in is a walker. So I'm sitting in my 92-year-old mother-in-law's walker as I'm doing this call. It's just going to be a rock and rolling evening. Yes, my name is Risha, and I'm Canadian. I live in Manzanillo, Mexico. Love where I'm at, and also loving that I'm visiting Vancouver Island right now because it's just a splendor of spring colors and lots of movement and new growth and new beginnings. And that's what tonight's call could be all about for you as well. So in July of 2023, Mike and I finalized on this property. We nicknamed it Casa 700 Mangoes, which is a really weird name. It's a little boutique resort. And when you want to find out why we named it that, you're just going to have to come to our resort. We'll have you up for dinner and I'll tell you the funny story. But this is definitely our dream home. And we took possession of Casa 700 Mangoes about 6 months after we closed. And here we pull in. We had driven all the way down from Canada with our trailer, our dog, our cat, and we're all ready to go. Layla was with us. She's going to help me get settled in the new house. And we got there, and holy heck, the house that we originally viewed January, a year and a half ago, was not the same house that we were walking into on October 17th, 2023. There was all kinds of things that needed drastic attention, maintenance. The pool was green of algae. The neighboring forest had grown over our property. Doorknobs were falling off. Concrete was melting away. It was quite the gong show, actually. But you know what? We had a little bit of an mistake, so we're going to start getting the tradesmen in. And yes, of course, we had to find a tradesman because we're brand new in town, right? So I would hang out at the hardware store and say, are you a carpenter? And I go to the electrical shop. Are you an electrician? And that's really how I built my Rolodex. And we got people coming over to make these repairs for us. Talk about super trusting, right? Super trusting gringo girl. So there we are. As you see on the arrow, we're built up on the hill overlooking beautiful Santiago Bay. And our little bit of money that we had happening was expired so fast in this parade of tradesmen that were coming through to fix our property. Let's throw in the fact that our lawyer stole our closing costs from us, so I couldn't get title to our property. We had to find another $23,000 so we can get our title. And then I got really, really sick with all kinds of stuff. I had shingles, I had UTIs that weren't going away, I had dog bites that got infected. It was our dream year kind of thing, right? And no matter how many times we walked that beach with the dog and I climbed the stairs at the villa and swam the ocean, I still stayed this rounded self. And I thought, why am I so darn chubby? Why am I so big and chubby? And I guess part of it was I was highly addicted to sugar.
I'm just going to
And
interject for 1 second, Ricia. Your slides have been frozen since the partner co won.
wow.
You were on a
Okay.
run. I didn't want to interrupt you, but finally we're
Thank
getting far
you.
enough along that
No, I appreciate
I
that.
needed to.
Okay. Let's try this one more time. Okay. Are you on the picture of the villa right now?
Beautiful, beautiful flamingos.
There you go. You got my flamingos. I love them. That's Vivian and Harry. So going forward, Um, I was rounded, I was broke, I was in a serious condition, and I wasn't feeling very well at all. So I went to see the doctor and I said, Doctor, tell me the news. And he said, Risha, you've got a serious case of FFB. You're fat, you're frumpy, and you're broke. And I confirmed and said, Doctor, I'm going to pray for that magic phone call. And here it came, April 22nd, that magic day with Chris and Joni Bud giving me a phone call and saying, you need to know about these drops. And I listened intently and said, my first thought was, I need to have these drops. I want to have these drops. I can't afford these drops. Who else here has put their hand up? You can put their hand up to say they had that same reaction when they were first introduced to them, right? And then my second reaction was, well, how can I make it work? And my third reaction was, I'm going to make it work. So I actually took money out of my massage budget and I had enough money for 2 boxes. Joni said, Risha, just post on the System of Growth. That's sharing other people's testimonials. Throw in a picture of yourself every now and then. My first post with Kim Gray on April 23rd, I got 19 comments. My next post that afternoon of Michelle, I got 7 comments. And then the courier came to my door, delivered my box of product, held up the box, held the 2 bottles. Mike took my picture and I posted, and I got 59 comments, of which resulted in over 20 people buying my product and another 6 or 7 becoming brand partners and wanting to team up with me. Well, let's fast forward. I just rinsed and repeated all throughout the entire summer. And my 1 year goal got realized inside of 7 months. My brand new fridge got delivered. Sarah, my maid. Yes, now I have a maid. I'm so happy about that. And you could see that I'm on my way to being thin. We're celebrating the brand new fridge. And then I brought in the paint crews who splashed beautiful Mexican colors all over the white walls. We built a pergola on the lower deck, which was a need of safety as it was starting to collapse. And all of these are very expensive exotic woods that you have to use in the tropics. So the termites don't eat it and it doesn't get deteriorated in the rain and the sun. And then we were able to purchase Mike a brand new motorcycle. I mean, life is really good for us because you got to remember, I was pretty broke just a few months ago. Then December 24th to December 31st came along 7 small earthquakes that caused our pool to fail. We had 4 people moving into the villas January 2nd, and I had to make that call that said, hey, we're excited to host you. We're really grateful that you've chosen us. And guess what? The pool isn't working. Well, thanks to Partner Co. again, I was able to find a crew that could expedite the pool repair. And by January 14th, our pool was reopened and we actually had a celebration party to celebrate it. So I'm not saying all this to impress you, but to impress upon you, my life changed in less than 6 months. It changed drastically in less than 6 months. Yours can too. That's what's happened with this company with so many people, and we're all so very grateful for it. I just realized that I'm going to Punta Cana. As soon as I get back from Canada, I'll be changing suitcases and sitting on the plane for Punta Cana. In fact, I won 3 beautiful 5-star vacations that are coming my way. I'm so excited about that. And just to share with you where I was on a health level, that picture on the left was taken at our going away party in Canada. And the picture on the right was actually 3 months after I had been on the drops. These drops have changed my life. I no longer have pain in any parts of my body. I celebrate feeling like I'm 35 years old again. I'm super, super healthy. I've gotten rid of all my fat clothes. That is a side effect. Yes, yes, you have to go shopping. And in Vancouver, I was speaking with the girls and my rings went flying off my fingers. So you have to get your rings ring size too. But our lives have completely changed. Mike is on the drops. He's lost a whole lot of weight. He doesn't shake anymore. His acid reflux is gone. There are so many things besides just the 20 pounds. Owe it all to these guys, Darren and John, the owners of our company, recently winning the Founding Team of the Year award. John spent his lifetime years with a network marketing company called Mirinda Tishinoni, and he became one of the world's most successful representatives for that company. Darren Zobrist, he made his fame and fortune on Wall Street, and the two of them came together, saw 5 companies in need, 5 companies that were bought up by a corporation. And in my personal opinion, when you put a corporation and network marketing in the same sentence, it doesn't work towards a happy ending, because all those decisions are for the shareholders, not for the reps. Well, these guys saw 5 companies that were having financial difficulties. They carried with them stellar products that was created by doctors, backed by science, with pure, clean ingredients. They just said, we've got to put our shekels together and make this work. And that happened 2 years ago. They formed the company, called it Partner Co., simply better together, because we are partnership marketing. And 11 months ago, I had little idea of why I was going through all these things, mood swings and low libido. I didn't care about none of that anymore. Headaches, night sweats, cravings, and it's sugar. It's always craving the bad stuff, right? Hot flashes, acne, insomnia, tiredness, fatigue, weight gain. All of these things are directly related to hormonal imbalance. And when you look at this sheet, every one of them has the opposite. And when you get your hormones back in balance, this all changes to a positive effect. So just take a few seconds here to look at yourself. How many of these circles would you tick off that would apply for you? Most people say 3 to 5, lots say 5 to 7, and there's many that are at the 10. Well, not to worry, we have over 100 products that can help you achieve maximum health and wellness. Balance your hormones, increased weight loss, increased energy, improved health, reduced inflammation, nutrition, collagen for healthier skin, healthier body, better sleep. Who doesn't want a better sleep, right? Good sleep last night means better decisions tomorrow. Gut health, healthy gut, healthy life, athletic performance, recovery products for the athletes, stress support, clean industry. And when you put our products together, we touch several billion-dollar successful industries. Thanks to our medical team, Dr. Ray Strand, the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Peeney in the bottom right, Brett West, and a whole team of great scientists they work with. They oversee 1,040 annual quality tests, 215 published studies. We have a wellness council that work cohesively together with corporate. Dr. Crystal Vance, who is just in Vancouver and Vancouver Island. She's our wellness council president. Kristen White is on the athletic council because, yes, we have so many athletes that love our products as well. So the council is continuously consulted for their decisions on things. What excited me was a global company doing business in 50 plus countries. I'm Canadian, living in Mexico. Most of my peeps are in Canada, the US, and some in Mexico. This way, you can open up an international business. You can be connected with anybody in Italy, in South Africa, in Spain, in Australia, Mexico, USA, without needing any kind of international applications, tax ID numbers. It's completely transparent. Somebody in Italy buys your drops, you send them a link. The European office fulfills the order, and by the following Friday, you get paid. It's that simple. Let's cover some of the products with you, shall we? We have taken on the Skincerity line that has been created by a team of dermatologists many, many years ago, specifically targeted towards problem skin. And I'm now realizing the value of this product, of what it can do for any kind of skin conditions, including just regular roll-on breathable mask, which I understand is the only one kind of it's in the world, that actually is an anti-aging product as well too. Marlene shared these pictures with us. She had problem skin on her legs, very serious, very painful situation. And within just a few weeks of roll on, her legs were able to turn to normal. Noni and collagen, again, another great product for healthy performance in your body, your skin. Don't wait until you're 92 before you decide you need some collagen in your product, right? I've been there with my father-in-law in the hospital, and it's not pretty sight when the doctor's trying to sew paper thin skin back together. So really great product, very important to digest every day. Our Tahitian noni is one of the best, I'm convinced, the best noni product in the world. And the reason being, the noni fruit in the Tahitian islands is grown on a belt of volcanic ash that is the most land-rich, mineral-rich soil for this fruit to prosper. It is the only fruit in the world that has specific iridoids, also lending towards your stronger immune system. The noni is a very rare fruit, and it's, again, the most efficacious fruit in the world. It promotes overall health and wellness, supports a healthy immune system, helps boost energy and endurance, helps sustain joint health and promotes mobility, supports a healthy cardiovascular system, helps fight harmful free radicals and protects against oxidative damage. Powerful adaptogens support balanced stress response and supports mood balancing effects. I call it my soldiers. When I go traveling, these guys come in the suitcase with me and they completely protect me and keep me healthy. I was just hearing Barbara Cox-Lovesey speak today, and every reference of these amazing tests that were done to prove how powerful this noni product is all documented, pubmed.gov. It's a US research site. Again, there's thousands of papers that are written on the effectiveness of Tahitian noni. Nutrify is a great line of product created by doctors for us. The Vinali line, specific to saggy skin. So when you start to lose the weight, you don't want loose and flappy duck skin, right? Take the Vinali. It's going to tighten up your skin. It's loaded with vitamin C, so it's going to also strengthen your immunity system. Many people report back that it certainly helps with allergies as well too. They no longer suffer. Our probiotics was created by Dr. Pina, who is one of the leading gastro doctors in the world. It even has its own special packaging so that it doesn't have to be refrigerated. So it's great for traveling. It has billions of strains of probiotic, prebiotic. The Omega Q for your healthy heart, healthy brain, Amplify for extra energy, Optimal M's, Optimal V's for your eyes, for your lungs, for your muscles, for your heart. Now, think about it, taking a vitamin for your lungs. I have never heard of a vitamin for your lungs, but I had cancer a few years ago and it minimized my lung capacity. What a great thing to rebuild our lungs. And I have noticed that I am rebuilding. I'm able to get up certain hills that I had trouble getting up before. So it's an organ in our body that we use every single moment. Why not take a vitamin that's going to look after it, right? This is the product that was second on my list as soon as I got a paycheck from these guys. MOA is a product of 36 superfoods, liquid nutrition, all for pain, inflammation, and all things for your brain, for your heart, for so many things about your body. I started taking MOA, and in 3 weeks, I've noticed that the owie on my fingers and toes was not bothering me anymore. In 6 weeks, I noticed that the pain from my plantar fasciitis was completely gone. I now suffer from no pain whatsoever. I can make my fists. I can
Hello. Hi, I'm good.
mute that line, please. Thank you. So I've noticed as well too that I can walk in my beach flip-flops, which is not really the smartest pair of shoes for this girl, but that's what we do when we're at the beach, right? And I have absolutely no suffering. Let's give you an idea of this lady's ankles. She had a surgery that went bad that created some incredible painful inflammation. You can see around the ankle strap just how indented her skin is. I can't imagine the pain she must have been feeling. And now her pretty feet on the right after taking the MOA just for a short period of time. This fellow as well, we've got so many stories about our MOA. Now, this is a product that I did indulge just as late as recent as yesterday. We went to Romeo's, which is a fabulous restaurant on Vancouver Island. And of course, it's got cheese and pizzas and raviolis and all those good things. I was pretty good with what I ordered, but there was some extra cheese on the plate. So the sugar stop is going to block a good percentage of sugars from foods and from white table sugars from entering and spiking your bloodstream. Because when you're on our program, you want to keep your bloodstream balanced. The blood sugar is balanced. So the chemistry, the body is going to go and burn the fat from your fat cells and not from your sugar in your blood. We'll talk about that in a minute. The Slenderies line, the Pure Nourish, that's my breakfast. Love it, love it. Mix it in with cocoa, with a coconut milk mixture. So good, so delicious. It's got enough nutrition, like plenty of nutrition, that should all the food disappear in the world tomorrow, you have your Pure Nourish and you will be fed quite well without going into malnutrition. The cocoa is fabulous chocolate flavor, great for sprinkling on top of frozen fruit for your evening dessert. Great to put in your coffee. It's great to put in your shakes, as is the Giving Greens. You get 2.5 pounds of efficacious greens for every little scoop coming out of that bag. Let's share with you the Renew. I call it the Fountain of Youth in a box. It is the only product of its kind in the world. It has 2 international patent pendings. It helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. It is actually formulated to trigger human growth hormone. And we all talked about, the raging hormones when we were teenagers, but we were always referred to the sex hormones. Well, there's so many more hormones that are out there to keep our entire body producing and in production, I should say. So the Renew, let's talk about it, promotes a deeper, more restorative sleep. Who doesn't want a better deep REM sleep, right? Increases your libido, stamina, and pleasure, reduces body fat, increases lean muscles. So it's a great product to marry up with the drops. Promotes youthful looking skin and hair. My hair is the longest I've ever had it in my life. Improves mood and energy and cell regeneration. It's a great product again, too. You want to marry it up with the drops. Let's talk about this. These drops were created by a team of doctors over 12 years ago. 1 million bottles plus have been sold. You will drop twice the amount of weight as diet alone. Clinically proven, doctor recommended. There's so many clinical abstracts, so many studies. All of the ingredients are natural, safe, and effective, stimulant and hormone free. In the United States, they call them homeopathic. It's an amazing group of drops that are going to help you curb hunger and control appetite. You actually get a signal that says you're full, stop eating. It eliminates sugar cravings. I celebrate. I have not had sugar for 11 months. There's a big, fat, juicy carrot cake downstairs, and my mom says, take a piece of cake up with you. No, mother-in-law, no, I don't want cake. Thank you. I've been without it for 11 months. I don't want cake. It helps balance hormones, including the insulin, the ghrelin, the leptin, and the cortisol. And you know what? It's going to stimulate your metabolism. So you'll feel increased energy, you'll feel younger, helps you stay motivated, and helps with stress and stabilizing your mood so you don't overeat. It supports your thyroid, maintains healthy blood sugar levels, and certainly clears up that brain fog and increases your memory as well too. And you lose weight in your entire body. It gets you back into balance. And I'll tell you, most of us don't remember what it feels like to be in balance. When you get on these drops and magic starts to happen, as you'll hear from our guests, you go, wow, I can't remember ever feeling that way. I call them my magic drops. It's not a lifestyle, it's not a fad. It's a combination of drinking your water, exercising, and a program of clean eating, and you'll not go hungry. I mean, tonight's dinner was asparagus, carrots, salad, chicken. It was a great dinner, right? I don't go hungry at all on this program. Lots and lots of choices to choose from. And you want to keep that sugar from spiking in your blood. So you have a low glycemic sugar diet. And that's what this program is all about, getting back to being healthy and eating clean. Let's share some of my friends who have done so remarkable well with this product. Jane Storch, 32 pounds in 8 weeks. I just saw her in Victoria and she's now down 50 pounds. And it's like, holy cow, these drops have done so well for people. James Laponce, the guy on the right looks like a younger brother of the other guy, 47 pounds in 4 months. Dr. Crystal, she was just with us, 162 pounds gone. And you know, that was 6 years ago. The weight does not come back. That is a secret about our program. Yours truly here in 13 days, you can see the significant difference of what happened for me. I was kind of disappointed. I thought, oh, it's only 6 pounds. But when you think about it, that's amazing, 6 pounds in 13 days. But it's all those inches and the noticeable difference in the inflammation that goes away. Tracy, West Virginia, our bikini girl. So many athletes are celebrating greater performance and greater recovery from our drops. Katie from Phoenix, 30-day transition.
Okay, here we go.
Maggie, we've got some lines open. Please mute the lines. Maggie Schaubel, Senior Vice President out of Fox Island, great difference in her body as well. Julie Park was very, very sick when she first was introduced to the drop. She was married to a doctor at that time. And now she's like slim. She looks so much younger and she's super, super dynamic and healthy and successful with our company. April from Oklahoma. She looks amazing. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Thought we were having some silly bugger stuff, but we're back to normal here. Selena was on my call not too long ago. Her A1C numbers have gone down substantially. Her blood pressure numbers have leveled out. She's lost a whole ton of weight and she just looks overall healthy. Ashley celebrates having no more menopausal symptoms, premenopausal, no more night sweats, anxiety, the hot flashes that can happen throughout the day. She's down 15 pounds. She had a full-time job working in imaging at the hospital. Well, she just sees this so that she could enjoy these drops and lose a little bit of weight. And then her husband jumped on board and lost 65 pounds. She is now retired from her hospital job. They have 5 kids and they build this. This is what they do. And she's just so happy. They've traveled the world with her little girl and just being able to be with their community of great new friends. Penny Toner, my dear friend, the lady on the left, was in a hard way. She had colon cancer and a few operations that didn't serve her well. She was suffering from Great Depression when I first called her last July, and she said yes to the drops. That same girl in 2 months. Look at the transition, 2-month transition with her. She's up out of bed now. She's planting her flowers. She's being a real person. She's getting into the car and doing errands. All things that you and I consider normal was a chore for Penny to do back in July. And in Chad, well, you can tell picture paints 1,000 words. Their labs show tremendous, tremendous results in improved health, not only the scale, everything else. And they're so happy about these products as well. Jerry Wyndham, he lost 12 pounds. He doesn't have the shakes anymore, just like my husband. And now we have Colleen as well. I spent a day with her when I was in the Salt Lake City area, and she's just like too much fun. Lovely, lovely lady. And akin to, you can see the difference of what happened for her. Rachel couldn't get rid of the baby body fat until she found the drops in just March to August from 202 to 170 pounds. Brenda, we just had on our call recently. She's lost over 100 pounds. She looks dynamic. She's super, super happy and very successful again with our company because people usually start the drops just so they can have their weight loss and get better, get feeling better. And then people start to say, "Oh my God, Brenda, you look so good. What are you doing?" "Well, I'm taking these drops." "Well, tell me about the drops. I want to get those too." And before you know it, you start sharing with others and you climb rank to positions of officer, and the companies start sending you crazy paychecks. So this is how it happens and why so many people are successful, highly successful with their company. Whereas if they've done any other kind of network marketing business, they've had no success. In this company, we do. We offer a lot of success. Barbara, my dear friend out of Maryland, she loves to show off that sweet little belly. And look at her, she celebrates too, not only releasing 21 pounds, but also Partner Co paid for her brand new fridge, or rather brand new fridge and stove and everything else that went into that brand new kitchen of hers in her new house in Parkton. We just had Valerie on the call the other night. She's our poster child. If you look at the drops flyer, you're going to see Valerie's picture, and you could see the difference in what she looks like now compared to those jeans that she's holding. I'd like to talk to you now about AbVantage. The drops are going to promote overall weight loss, while AbVantage accelerates the loss of harmful visceral fat around your waist and hips. Dr. Strand says weight gain around our middles is associated with an increased risk for high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol, heart disease, and diabetes. The medical community is now beginning to refer to visceral fat as killer fat. I'm going to throw this in. My mom had macular degenerator, eye disease. And as being connected to my mom, I have 1 in 4 chances better of having that disease as well. So I just saw my doctor, and he gave me a sheet of what I need to do and not do. Top of the list, stay away from fatty foods. Top of the list, drink water. Top of the list, exercise. Top of the list, antioxidant diet, rich diet. So we're teaching you exactly what doctors are saying we need to do. And think about, this is your eyes. You know, we're hearing Dr. Strand talk about how the rise in visceral fat can lead to all these other diseases. You don't want to go blind. You don't want to have macular degeneration, right? So you need to think that what we put into our mouths and how we treat our bodies as our temples is going to have lasting effects one way or another, whether it be positive or negative. The choice is yours. That was to slap you up a little bit, okay? The advantages to this great product is increased calories burned by 10 times so you can get leaner and faster. Helps reduce stubborn visceral fat to slim waist and hips. We all want that for bikini season coming up. Helps increase metabolism so you burn more calories, you have that extra energy. Activates fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue and helps prevent weight regain. There's so many great testimonials on this product. Talking about testimonials, let's move into one right now. I've got my dear friend Cheryl. She's from Parksville, British Columbia, and I have a little chuckle because she went to the store and she held up as many pounds of sugar, or tried to hold up as many pounds of sugar as how much she's lost. Look at the difference in her before and after picture. Cheryl Cook, please come on board for a few minutes and tell us your story.
Hi, Ricia. Thanks for
Hey,
having
girl.
me.
All right. So you started the drops just after the postal strike and sometime in January, right?
That's right.
Okay. So what first of all was your deciding factor? Because you had seen my post on Facebook for a bit. What was your deciding factor to finally get started and do something?
At Christmas, I was looking in the mirror and the mirror wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
So I knew I had to do something because I was unhappy, depressed, and feeling awful, lots of pain. And I knew I had to do something. So I picked the weight first and I called you.
There you go. And so you got started on the drops. Tell us your journey. You've been on the drops now for a few weeks. Let us hear about your story.
Um, when I started, that's all I wanted to do was just lose the weight because that's what I was my first goal. And as of today, I'm down 33 pounds. And there's,
Fantastic.
yeah. And I've done some traveling and I've done some visiting. I just got home from Victoria. So a little off my diet and I'm still down the 33 pounds. So I'm really, really happy. It
Nice.
works. Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And what else have you noticed as non-scale wins?
Well, I was trying shoes on the other day and I'm down a size and a half. So
Wow.
I guess I have to buy a whole pile of shoes again.
Oh, dang.
I'm I'm down to one pair of pants because everything else is too big for me, and I refuse to go and buy some more until I get a few more pounds off.
Yeah, good for you. Lucky you have the SOS store close by that you can buy a pair of pants for $8 and give it
That's
right
right.
back to them when you go to the next size, right?
That's right.
Yeah. What about your energy levels, Cheryl?
Oh gosh, energy. I sleep well all night. I actually wake up to the alarm and not before. I crawl out of bed and I actually do some chores. Before I started the drops, I would snooze almost every day for a couple of hours. I just couldn't get past that. And now I haven't napped since I started the drops. It's awesome.
Wow. And you're sleeping
My
good at
days are
night?
longer. Yeah. Oh, I sleep well. Yes,
Nice, nice. Now, are you taking the Renew?
I am.
Tell me
And
about the Renew.
I think that boosts my energy and it also does put me in a deeper sleep, I think. When I started it, I noticed that. So I'm really pleased. And I had just got a new bunch of new products today, so I'll be posting all the responses from that too. I'm excited.
Next. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, Cheryl, so much for being our guest on tonight's call. And I'm so grateful that you answered that post and you said, yes, it's
Yes.
time to take charge of me.
I'm thankful you answered the phone. Love you
Absolutely.
lots. Thanks for
Love
having
you
me.
too. Thank you, Cheryl.
Okay.
And the other thing I want to say about this is being able to reconnect with old friends. Cheryl and I have known each other for a long time, but we haven't seen each other for a long time. And this is just so cool to be able to reconnect with a sister. And yeah, it's the best thing. I can't, what can you say, right? You get to work with the people that you love. Now we're going to introduce James Scott. James is a friend of Cheryl's that came from the Parksville area. 34 pounds lost. It may be more now. This picture is a little bit dated, but we're going to hear from James because he also has an amazing story. James, let's share for about 4 or 5 minutes with you.
Hi, Risha. Thanks for
Hi.
having me on.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. I was reading about your story on Facebook and I went, oh my God, James is right in our own backyard. I've got to bring him on this call. So,
Yeah.
first of all, you look like a different person than when
Oh, yeah. I
Cheryl
feel like a different
first put
person.
me on a Zoom. So, you responded to Cheryl's post.
I did.
And what was that decision that
No,
made you respond to the post?
I'll be thanking her forever. Um, I'm actually down 43 pounds now in 45 days and
Wow.
14 inches overall. And yeah, I feel like a new man. I all those symptoms that you listed there, the imbalance, I had all 10. You know,
Yeah.
I was one miserable man. You can tell by that photograph that I was one miserable man. You know, I had acid reflux. I had pain everywhere. You know, acid reflux was gone after 3 days. I couldn't believe that. You know, and I was on medications, PPIs for 3 years. You know, and I just dropped them and didn't pick them up again. You know, and never had any acid reflux. And they say you usually get rebound effect, and that didn't happen. So yeah, I had a very miserable disposition, and I was actually in tears. I was apologizing to my wife for years of abuse, just verbal, just anything she would do was not good enough for me, you know, or just I would pick on her, and I don't do that anymore, and I feel so bad about it. But it was hormones, just
She has her
hormones.
boyfriend back.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah, she asked me the other day if I ever shut up, and not
Nice.
anymore, hon. So
Wow. Oh, I'm
yeah,
so
but
happy. Like, yeah,
I
this is like a marriage coming together. This is a lot more than 20
it
pounds,
is.
guys.
Yeah, I was diagnosed with Parkinson's dystonia in at age 20, the earliest anybody's ever been diagnosed. Um, I had tremor was really bad, and my tremor is probably about 20% what it was since I started on the Renew and the MOA and the drops. So Parkinson's dystonia is a very painful disease. It's not unlike Parkinson's, you get pain with it. It's pulling on muscles constantly in the neck and up in my head. So yeah, that's just disappearing. I can't believe it. And I went through 10 years of Botox injections in my neck, for that. And 17 years ago, I had an accident. I fell off a ladder and totally destroyed my ankle, my heel. So I have a brace up to my knee. Every night I put on pain cream for that. And I'd wake up 3 times a night to put on more pain cream. And that I don't do anymore. So that was
Wow.
after 4 days. The MOA has made an incredible difference. Uh, yeah, everything in my life is different and everything is great. People just don't even recognize me. Who is this guy? And yeah, I just can't shut up.
Well, you look a lot younger too.
Yeah.
You look like
Yeah.
20, 30 years younger from when I met you the
Yeah, but
first
my
time
hair's not
45
coming
years
back. I
ago.
don't know what's going on there.
Wow,
It's
James,
supposed to bring your hair back, right?
give it time. I mean, it had a lot of other stuff to work on that broken body of yours, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I did.
Wow. I am so grateful.
But
And my new slogan is this is a lot more than 20 pounds
oh
because
yeah,
hearing amazing testimonials, and yours is yet another one. Thank you so much for sharing with us and just keep up the great work. You're our poster boy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
for
Thanks for
sure.
having me on.
Thanks again, James.
Yeah.
Wow, another great story. So we got to change this banner and change it. Wow, another 10 pounds up on that one. It just warms my heart, because I really don't know what I'm going to hear from people. And when I get the full impact of how their lives have changed, it makes my heart sing. It really does. So, how do you get the drops? You can become a customer and buy retail. Nah, I don't think you want to do that. So, why not get the best value in the United States? You are able to buy a one-time lifetime membership for $29.95. Again, it's one-time lifetime. And like James says, he can't shut up. And people say, what are you doing? Well, it's the drops, blah, blah, blah. And they go, well, I need to get some of those too. So why not be set up? Have everything you need, have that back office so you can track the money that company sends you, a website you can send off to your friends, and marketing tools, training. Everything comes together with your $29.95 US. In Canada, we like to pay a little bit more. It's $37.95 in Canada. Oh, there goes our silly bugger. Okay, so in Canada, it's $37.95 plus tax. I do want to say this, that your income is completely dependent on your desire to learn, your desire to grow, your desire to help others, your desire to achieve. And you put it all together and throw in a bunch of passion, and the sky is the limit for you. Let's talk about how to turn your drops into profits. First of all, as a brand partner, when you pay your one-time membership, you have 30% discount in retail profits, which is awesome. So you can buy a 4-pack in the United States for $371. Keep one box, sell the other 3. make a profit of 222, or you can buy a 10 pack where the unit cost is even cheaper for you and you build up higher margins and enjoy a profit of $800 on a 10 pack. That's the way to go. In Canada, we're able to choose a 4-pack at $4.65. Again, keep one box for yourself and help others have $240 worth of profits and enjoy your product for free as well too. So there's so many options. Ideally, you're going to want to set a target to become ultimate. And ultimate, we talk about all the time. That is the top pay position of our company. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But it's kind of equivalent to 1,500 points of product or about 30 boxes. And should you move 30 boxes over 30 days, and yes, it can happen very quickly by posting with our system of growth, you're looking at profits anywhere from $2,500 to $2,700. We have a system called System of Growth. Let us show you how you can turn your social media into an international market waiting for you. This is an example of boards that we help you download onto your phone. It's an app, and it's basically a information system in the cloud. All your postings for these testimonials, and we have no shortage of them, of here's me fat, here's me not fat. We have so many of these pictures because everyone is so happy to share what's transformed in their lives. We have a series in week 1, another 14 pictures in week 2, the text that goes along with the post. And when people respond to you and say, what's the drops? What are the ingredients? How do I get them? How much are they? It's all in the top left, text strips for drops. So if you can copy and paste, you can use our system of growth. It's a system of place and just plug and play. Here's an example of me posting Rick and Crystal. They had lost 210 pounds. Do you think that didn't get some reaction from the crowd? Absolutely. People respond to these and say, I want to know more about the drops. Every single week, I get several inquiries back to say, tell me more. So first thing you'd like to do is activate your own position with 200 points so you're eligible to receive commissions. Let's cover it again. 4-pack is 200 points in Canada, $465. Again, your profits are about $240. A 4-pack in the US is $371. Again, your profits are about $222. I encourage you to throw in a box of Renew. You're going to love this product. It's a sachet. Drink it with water just before you go to bed. And you're going to see such a great difference in how you feel and how you sleep. So a 4-pack plus Renew in Canada is 270 points. That pushes you over the qualified position. And in the Renew, it's in the US, it's 278 points. And again, in the United States, you have certain advantages to buying in bulk. There's a 10-pack. Your profits can become even higher. I'm going to encourage you to look at a 20-pack where your profits go even higher than that. On a 20-pack, you're looking at roughly profits of $1,600. And the best of the best is the Ultimate Pack. It's the best individual unit cost per box of drops. And at that, you're looking at a possible profit of $2,710. And there's many, many people that I speak to that have sold their 30 packs just by posting on the System of Health, or System of Growth rather, in less than 30 days time. In Canada, here's an example of a kit that you can purchase. And again, you can mix and match this kit for various different choices. I just put through a few of the most popular ones here. It's an investment of approximately $3,533. I have heard that our products are not being tariffed at the border, so that's a great thing to know. You're looking at profits of $3,100. We are voted the best compensation plan in the industry. We are paid in 9 different ways. We already talked about the retail profits, getting your profit for, or your product for 30% less. And now let's talk about that ultimate that we mentioned earlier. New volume bonus is paid when someone like Mary says, I want to pay my $29.95 or my $37.95 in Canada, and I want to become a brand partner. In this case, Mary is in Illinois. She bought 2 10-packs. That's 1,000 points. And if you are activated that you had bought your 4-pack That makes you activated at 200 points. You would earn 15% commission on Mary's 1,000 points. That's $150. If you were at the business level, which is 500 personal points, you would have made $200. The elite level is 1,000 points. That's 25%, $250 on the same transaction. If you were ultimate, let's say you were able to start out of the gate right away with the ultimate pack, you would have doubled your commissions and made $300. So that ultimate rank stays with you your entire career with Partner Co. You do not have to requalify for that. But every time a new Mary comes along in her first 4 weeks or until she gets to ultimate, you'll be making that new volume bonus percentage of wherever you are in that scale. The minimum sales threshold is to maintain your position. You're able to get paid from the company, and you're also able to maintain your 30% off discount buying. So you'd like to purchase 100 points of product. There's so many great products to choose from. In fact, it's usually hard for us to stay within the 100 because we all have our favorites. Most of us are pretty well in love with 8 to 10 to 12 of our products. We have another part of our pay program called base commissions, and through a special formula, all of the activity in your business is calculated. And when it comes together, it means the activity of Mary and the people that she introduced to the company. New product, new volume came in, maybe half of Illinois came in because of Mary, who knows, right? Then that formula kicks in and pays you 15% in any given Friday. And yes, we are paid on Fridays, every Friday. Any given Friday, your base commission is $250 or more. The company will put together an extra 15% aside and call it your savings bonus. And that accumulates every payday, providing that you meet that $250 minimum. And as you go forward, that savings bonus climbs to $10,000. You will get that phone call from the company that celebrates your success. And the following Friday, you get your 10,000 US dollars deposited into your account. So yes, Canadians on the call with me tonight, it is a US dollar $10,000 check. TXP and on Orlando last September, there was all kinds of people on stage celebrating their 10,000. Chris and Joni, my friends that introduced me to this company, they unlocked their 10,000 only 8 months. Ashley, or rather Allison and Jerry unlocked theirs just recently. Ashley and Reese just unlocked theirs. Their house just burnt down, so what a gift it was for them to have this check roll in. Kim Gray, she's celebrating with her family. There's so many people. We're on our morning calls and we hear of yet more and more people because we're coming to that time of maturity that people's businesses have accumulated over the last 8, 10, 12 months, and the savings checks are being triggered. Another way we get paid is called the lifestyle credits. And the lifestyle credits are kind of like our Air Miles program. For everything we do, we purchase our monthly subscription. We sponsor new customers. We sponsor new brand partners. We rank advance. We get all these lifestyle credits, and you can cash them in for trips. In April, it was the Tahiti trip. There's a lot of very happy people that went on that trip. In July was the Bahamas trip. Coming up very soon, which I'll be on that trip, is Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. And the next trip after that is Bali. So again, imagine you're just doing what you're doing, to get your little business off the ground. And before you know it, your little business becomes a team of hundreds. Before you know it, the company sends you notification that you want a trip on a 5-star vacation. And that's exactly what can happen to you in a nanosecond. It's happening for so many above you. And one thing that really hit home, I've been in this industry for 25 years, and not often do you see a great deal of your team that are up on stage doing the dance. When I was in Orlando, there was 2,100 people in the crowd, and 800 of them were doing the dance going across the stage. That meant a lot of people are celebrating success. Now I want to talk to a lady that's had an incredible race of success in the last couple of weeks. Melissa is from LaGrange, Georgia. She has an amazing story to share with us. Take a good look at her before and after picture, and now we're going to hear more about her beautiful story. Melissa, come on board. Unmute your line, please.
Okay, I believe I'm unmuted.
You are.
Can you hear me?
There's your
Oh,
camera. You open
yay.
up your camera.
It's open
Beautiful.
on my end.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Melissa, I met you because I saw on our Circle of Health Facebook page a most dynamic testimonial, and I thought I got to reach out to her and talk to her and have you share your story with us. So thank you for staying up past your bedtime and coming on our call.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it's late here. But I always enjoy sharing my story and sharing what the drops have done with me. I get so excited. I just get to talking a lot at work, when I'm out to eat, anytime.
Okay, so tell us, how did you get introduced
Um,
to the drops?
well, the system of growth, because a friend of mine had shared some posts on her page, and I said, "Hey, what are these drops? Sign me up. I want to use them and I want to sell them because I have been involved in other direct selling companies, and so I understand how things work, and I didn't want to pay for mine."
Good.
So what I ended up doing was I I started with a 4-pack, and when I went to place my order, I looked around on the shop all feature, and I said, "Wait a minute, I'm going to order some of this Tahitian noni too, because I saw an ad for that in a magazine years ago, and I was very interested, and I never did try it before." And I said, "Well, now I can try it and sell it too." So I ordered a 4-pack of the drops and a box of the noni sachets. And before my 4-pack had delivered to my house, I had the other 3 boxes sold, because she shared with me the system of growth and sharing the posts with people's results. And then I had to order a 10-pack, and then I ordered another 10-pack, and then I ordered a 30-pack, and I actually just ordered another 30-pack last week.
Wow. Wow. And it's
But
all from people
a little bit
responding
about,
to your texts, your
yes, you
postings.
put those messages out at 9 and 3 every day on my Facebook, and people see them. And not everybody will like or comment your stuff, and they won't do it right away necessarily, but with consistency, people will say, "Okay, I've been watching you for a few months, and I see the difference in you also now that you've been using them. I'm interested."
Fantastic. Wow, what a system.
And
So tell us about your
it's
personal story.
okay. Well, I basically have been overweight since birth, and it's just been a constant struggle my entire life, about up and down with the weight. Um, I got to a point where I was like, all right, I'm going to join a gym and work out and do every class they have, and do the yoga classes and do the Zumba classes and work out on the machines. And it was a long year, and I felt good, and I knew what was, my workouts were helping me be stronger and healthier. But take a guess how many pounds I lost in a year working out at the gym 4 to 6 days a week. It'll just blow your mind.
30?
Four
4
pounds,
pounds?
4 in a whole year. 4 pounds in a whole year. The people at the gym, because they were very involved and helped try to, tell you, try to this and do that and take this class, 4 pounds in a year. And they were just dumbfounded. They said, "This doesn't make any sense." Well, you know what makes sense is it was hormone related, because when I did other things, I actually did something else, because I saw some ads or some other people using this thing called a smart hoop, which I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this, because these people say they're losing weight doing a smart hoop. And I got one, and I actually lost 50 pounds using a smart hoop, but it wasn't very strenuous exercise, but it was exercise. And I think working out too hard at the gym was raising my cortisol and causing me to retain belly fat and be inflamed. So I lost the 50 pounds, and then I kept it off for a year. And then all of a sudden, the pounds started coming back on, coming back on. And I said, and that's when I saw my friend post about the drops. And I said, I want the drops. I want to use them, and I want to sell them. So I started the drops, and in my first weekend, I started on Friday, and my first weekend, I lost more pounds in a weekend with the drops than I did in a year in the gym. I lost 6 pounds my first weekend on the drops.
Wow. So
So
great.
between the drops and eating the low glycemic food, because I didn't eat badly when I was working out at the gym, but looking at the approved food list and the way it's designed to have the low glycemic index foods on there, combined with the gentle exercise and drinking water, it really works to help reset your body.
Absolutely.
And so
So
since I joined in September and started my drops, and I've lost 35 pounds with the drops. So a total of
fantastic.
75 altogether.
Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting.
And
You
the
look
biggest thing is the
amazing.
difference in my face. Thank you. Because that picture that popped up in my Facebook memories the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know was my heaviest weight a couple years ago, but to see the difference alone in my face is just, oh, amazing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So how else do you feel in addition to looking beautiful, radiant, vivacious, and skinny? How else do you feel?
Thank you. Somebody actually said that to me today. They said, "Oh my gosh, we haven't seen you in a couple of years. You're so skinny now." I've never had anyone say that to me in my life.
Yeah.
But anyway, the another thing that I noticed right away, I'm going to say it was within about 3 days of taking the drops. I wasn't clinically diagnosed, but I was in some depression. I had a lot going on personally, at home, at work, every angle. There was stuff going on, and I was just depressed. And within 3 days, I was back to my old happy self. My mood was elevated. I wasn't sad. I didn't want to just hide in my room all the, after work. I just couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And then there's also another non-scale victory I had that I was not expecting. I had gotten to the point, it's like, I'm old enough to be in menopause, but I'm not. And I was about to go to a doctor and beg them for a hysterectomy because my cycle had gotten so bad. And that first month on the drops, my cycle was almost non-existent. It was so light. And I thought, I can handle this. We do not need surgery if I can balance my hormones and get my body under control again. So that was a huge win as well.
Huge, huge, huge. Because that's a very complicated surgery. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And
And
that's how bad my symptoms were. I was willing to do that.
fantastic. And you're just about to clock in at brand new vice president, America's brandest news vice president. Congratulations. And how did this success happen so fast for you?
Yes. Well, I started communicating with my team, my upline and my downline, and I said, "Hey, this is what I'm reaching for, and the new challenge that Partner Co has for us about helping people on our team go to ultimate. Just being consistent on posting the system of growth pictures of everybody else. It's just staying consistent and reaching out to people and following up and using those text scripts to help follow up with everybody as well. And so getting new customers, new people on my team, and we all just made it happen together."
Fantastic. I'm celebrating your success, and I'm so glad that we got to meet one another.
Me
Thank you.
too.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
being on
much.
the call, Melissa, and congratulations on all things accomplished, your brand new health, your transformation, your great success. So great. It was so great to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
Wow. What a change. What an amazing difference. What a beautiful lady. What does balancing look like feel for you? How will you know if these products are working? We've heard it. We've heard it tonight. We've heard it from 4 people, including myself. You'll have more energy, better sleep, improved mood. You're increased in libido. And the joke in Vancouver event this weekend was, well, I don't want any more kids. Reduction in inflammation. As she said, Melissa said, you're going to see it in the face right away. Weight in inches lost. Your clothes will feel better. Better elimination, digestion. Did you know that if your hormones are out of balance, so will your digestion? If your digestion is in balance, your hormones are in balance. It's a chicken and the egg thing, right? Less brain fog, boost in immunity, and overall sense of well-being. So many people come back and they say they're joyous, they feel great, things don't upset them. All those things happen in traffic. They're just cool as a jello, right? So coming full circle, look at these symptoms again and take a mental note. Who do you know out there that will have 3 of these, 5 of these, 7 of these? There's so many people, everybody, because guess what? Our food systems are different than what they were when I was a kid growing up. Everything is different. Our hormones are out of balance. People can't understand why their health is what it is. We need to capture it. We need to help people. People don't need to be on all those meds and be so sick and in and out of hospital clinics. We are here to help them. And there's everybody that you meet on the sidewalk and look in the eye and know that they're suffering from 3 to 5 to 7 of these, some people to 10, like James. And now James can tick up and say, ha ha, not no more. Are you a 1, a 2, or a 3, or a 4? Ones are the person that wants to buy retail. Nah, you don't want to spend the extra money. So why not buy your membership? We love our brand partners. We love our customers. If you just want to buy your membership to save extra money, we love you. I mean, why not, right? Who would like to get on this health and wealth training ride? Put a 1 in the chat. I want to get on this health and wellness training ride. But who wants to get on this health and wealth training and ride it big all the way to the top? Put a 5 in the chat. I want to see a 5s all the way through. Because you know what, guys? I had no idea that my life would have changed from fat, frumpy, and broke to sexy, size 9, and not broke in a very, very short period of time in my life. So grateful. So enjoy with us this fabulous new life, the dream. I'm telling you, so many people are having that time freedom, a body that we're loving again. If anything, do this to reward your body and to help those around you so they can get well. That financial stability. Not too long ago, Cheryl just came back from Cuba. And I said to her, you know, it's payday. Also, she had a promotion when she was gone. It was fun. We were building her team for her while she was gone. And I said, you know, it's payday, Cheryl. And she says, oh, yeah. I said, how much do you think you made? I don't know. Let's check. We checked and it was $500 to a lady over 75 years old that just made $500 that week. Do you think that made a difference for my dear friend Cheryle Cook? Absolutely. It, you know what? It happens. It's happening to everybody on this call who are band partners. Enjoy a body you love, that community of friends. Melissa and I are not on the same team, but we're friends now. Luxury experiences. Enrolling is a very simple procedure. All we need to do is choose a pack that you love, and it's very, very easy to reintroduce you to the products again too, should you want to know which kit to purchase. And it's just that simple, getting started. I want to wrap up and say thank you very much to our guest, Melissa. Thank you for making a special appearance for us. For Cheryle Cook from Parksville, for James Scott from Hilliers, to all of our brand partners from continent-wide here to support our call tonight, and to our guests who have come on board to learn more about this great company and these great products. And to Dave McIntyre, the host with the most, thank you so much, everybody, for being on board tonight's call. If anyone has questions, I'll stay on board to answer questions. If not, I think I'll wrap it up. Anybody for questions? Melissa, you going to hang around for a question or two?
Risha, I actually have a question. Can you imagine? Beverly has the question.
Beverly has a question. Okay, shoot it out, Beverly.
So I got my
this.
lashes done the other day, and I met this wonderful girl at the lash place. She just had a baby and she's breastfeeding. I did not know you couldn't do the drops when you were breastfeeding. But I'm wondering what would be some products she could get on that could help her probably lose weight and just feel better and balance herself a little bit more. And then when she finishes breastfeeding, she can get on the drops.
Okay, that's a good question. I would say the noni. There's absolutely nothing harmful in noni. It's all things nutritious. Same with the moa. It's all things nutritious, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa, what would you recommend?
That's funny that you asked that because I've had a couple people ask me the same thing, and I wrote an email to corporate, and they, of course, gave the compliance reply of saying, please talk to your doctor and look at the ingredients. But I was going to say the exact same thing. All the other supplements like MOA and Noni, those are superfoods and they're just food. So there's no interactions with anything. So that's really healthy nutrition. But you need to be careful about being pregnant and breastfeeding, because even though the mom may want to go ahead and lose weight, whatever she's got going through her milk is going to the baby too. And the baby does not need to lose weight. So again, those superfoods are going to be great. Another person, I saw a comment in the Circle of Health group. Somebody said that they used limu, the seaweed beverage, and she said her milk was the richest it ever was when she started drinking the limu. So that's another good one for breastfeeding.
Limo, I haven't heard of that.
Wonderful. Melissa, wow, you're the right guest to have on tonight's call for this question.
Russell had mentioned too, I spoke to Russell and he had a lady that just had twins and she didn't get on the drops. She got on shakes. But Russell had to go off today, so we were going to get together, but he's doing something else. So I
The
never got
protein
to
shakes,
finish my
that's all
conversation
things
with him.
nutritious.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the Magnicol D, you may look at that as well too, because of the calcium gets depleted out of your body during childbirth. So consider looking at that one as well.
Okay. I don't know the limu. What is limu?
Yes. It's a seaweed drink.
Is it in our company?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. It might be under the Canada flag.
It's
beverage.
delicious. Oh,
Thank you, Dave.
is it available in
tonight.
Canada?
We have two outlets here, Melissa. One is the warehouse in Ontario. So we shop under the Canada flag, and the other outlet is out of Utah with the NFR flag.
Okay. Well, I'll look for it. I'll look for it. Thank you very much, everyone.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad you were here to answer that question, Melissa. Any other questions?
Great
Okay.
call, Ricia.
Thank you, Diane. Always nice to see you support the calls. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to wrap up things. I'm going to go down and have my dinner. Okay, thank you, everybody. And again, thanks for all our guests for being on the call. It was a great call. Thank you, everybody. Bo, you and I can
Thank
talk
you.
later, get your questions answered.
Thank you. Good night, all.
Night.